Hi, everyone. This is Sue Mazzari. We are here today with my besties, Annalisa and Terry, and my husband, Tom Mazzari. We're going to be talking with Abram about ETs.
I'm going to take that off. Let's do take three. It's called
We're gonna talk to Tom about ETs. It was zoomed right in on us.
it's called technology
We love technology.
progress.
Oh, your face was priceless. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Sue Masseri. I'm here with my besties, Annalisa Bastiani and Terry Scalia, and my husband, Tom Masseri. And we're going to be talking about ETs. Anything that you want to know, everything you want to know. Abram has the answer. So let's get started. Hi, guys.
Hello. My favorite topic.
Woohoo. Mine too, really. I know that well, maybe Ann, did you ever have an ET experience, Annalisa?
And not where was confronted with one, but I saw something I could not and still could not identify when I was a kid. Just like a string of lights outside my window in
Mm-hmm.
the air. They're all beautiful, different colors, kind of blinking or flashing. And I saw them in a row. And I'm like, is that a plane? Is that the blimp? What is that? And as soon as I was thinking that, they all went in different directions.
Ooh.
And I was like,
Cool.
what just happened? But that's the only thing I've ever seen in terms of what might be UFOs.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
And Terry, we knew you have had experiences.
Yeah, but I've had several experiences starting from 1983, I think.
Is that when you went up on the craft?
No, I went on the craft in 1985 or 86. No, 85. No,
Have you
86. I don't.
have you had any experiences recently?
Um, the most recent experience I had was seeing the UFO outside of the airplane.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Can you pull up that picture?
yeah,
That AI picture you did of it?
let me see.
Oh, wow. Oh, like a bullet almost, like a capsule.
Yeah. So I was sitting in this, actually I had this is AI generated.
Right.
Um the wing was more like right here. But I was looking out the window and I was looking way back here and I was watching a plane fly, and it was leaving this little contrail or whatever. And well, let me back up. So every time I get on an airplane, I always send out an intention that I want to see a UFO.
Oh,
And
okay.
I always try really hard to sit in at a window seat because, obviously for obvious reasons. So I was looking at the plane far away over in this area here. Oh, and also the sky. The sky was more blue all the way down.
Mhm.
So there really wasn't any clouds in the sky at all. You can see the horizon, but it was just clear sky. So then all of a sudden this object, it didn't fly in, it just appeared right here. And it startled me for a second, and I'm trying to focus, like my brain is trying to say, what am I looking at here? And the whole incident lasted, I don't know, maybe 3 seconds. I mean, it was so fast. So it just appeared, and then it started moving, which if I think about it, so um it was at the same speed as the plane, flying in this direction over here. And And then it started moving this way. And so I moved my head around to see beyond the window. And as it got over here, it just blipped out. It didn't fly off. It just disappeared. And I was really, I can't even explain how, I don't know. I don't even know what feeling I had. It was excitement, like, oh my God, they came. And so, yeah, so I had my sister, one of my sisters was sitting next to me on the plane, and I don't talk to her about any of this stuff. And she was reading a book, and I wanted to tell her, like, Kathy, oh my God, but I did not say anything because I just didn't. I maybe part of me just wanted it all to myself. I don't know. But also a part of me wanted to stand up at the same time. A part of me wanted to stand up and just shout, did anybody else see that? But I didn't, for obvious reasons. So anyway, that's what I saw. And it was no windows, no seams. It was just complete solid metallic, what kind of shape? I mean, I want to say a tic tac or something.
Tic Tac shape. It is Tic Tac shape.
Yeah. And it was interesting that not just recently I was looking at, I came across another video where it was a video that was taken outside of a military airplane, jet or something. And an object very similar to this showed up, but that object was longer. But it looked the same. It was just smooth and just perfectly smooth. Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
Tom, have you ever seen anything like that? Like a
Not
tic tac?
not a tic tac kind of thing, but when I was 14, my family moved from Chicago to Cicero, a suburb a little south of, right on the border of Chicago. And when I was 14, I was outside with my friend Pete. We were talking, and it was dusk, so you could still see everything very clearly. And we were talking, and I looked up and I saw an airplane going by, and we kept talking, and I thought, that airplane's not making any noise. I looked up again, and it was a round saucer. And as I looked at it, it was rotating counterclockwise very slowly, about 150 feet above the house, just floating very silently. And every time it rotated around one time, I saw what I thought was a black doorway, which I'm sure it wasn't a doorway, but that's how I understood it to be. And when I saw that, I got so terrified because I knew that they were going to kidnap me. So I ran in the house and I called, I think it was the Glenview Naval Air Base. And I told them I saw a flying saucer. They had me talking to different men for about an hour. And finally, the last guy told me, well, what you saw was an experimental airplane pulling a lighted sign behind it. And I said, okay, good. That's good to know. Thank you. And I hung up the phone and I did
Yeah,
this.
fuck you.
Oh, I know what I saw. Don't tell me what I saw.
Yeah.
They
That
kept
was
you
the
on the
first
phone for an hour. I think they would have dismissed
an
you a
hour.
lot sooner if
Yeah.
they didn't believe it.
Yeah. Then
Oh.
the second thing that happened was a few years later. I don't remember how old I was, but I had a dream that I was in a parking lot hiding behind a 1960 or 61 turquoise blue Chevy and kind of looking over at this UFO that had landed. And this woman walked out, and I got up and walked toward her. And we talked, and she handed me a pair of moccasins and said, here, this is for your father. And she said, well, I have to go now. And I said, will I ever see you again? She said, yes. I have no idea what the moccasins represent or represented. To this day, I have no idea.
Interesting. A Native American connection of some kind?
I don't know.
But they were for your dad, which is interesting
They were
too.
for my dad, yeah. I have no idea why she gave me those for my father. I have no idea what it means. Still,
Tom, remember when you and I saw a UFO outside of that
yeah,
that shop?
yeah, yeah,
Sue was doing readings in this shop, and you and I were standing outside.
yeah,
And we saw a UFO. Oh, you saw the UFO, and then you came in and got me.
yeah.
And you said, "Come out here, come out. There's a UFO or whatever." And so I went out there and I looked up in the sky. Wasn't that like a cigar shaped?
No, what I saw was a round red orange light traveling from, I think it was from south to north. Just not fast, not slow, just kind of in between.
Mm-hmm.
And when it got to a certain point, if you remember, it just faded out.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And there were people that were standing near us, and you and I are sitting here talking about it, and we're looking up at the sky in awe, and
And
everybody
they
just
were clueless.
they're like, oh my god, look at that, and we're looking up at the sky and we're pointing at it and da da da, and people who were standing in the parking lot and on the sidewalk or whatever, they're just chit chatting with each other and just being all whatever, and I'm like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
That's what. That's so
I
funny.
guess like Billy Meyer in I think it was in the 70s, when he would see UFOs, when he would meet with the woman from the Pleiades, he would be able to see the ship. Nobody else would be able to see it if there were people.
Mhm.
So I guess it's whoever is supposed to see it will see it.
Yeah, that's what we kind of concluded.
Yeah.
I was going to ask that because so many people have seen it and so many people claim they haven't seen stuff. So I find that interesting that there's such a discrepancy about sightings that so many people will say they saw, and the rest of the people, community is like, I don't know what you're talking about. I
Yeah.
find that really fascinating that they can appear and not appear
Yeah.
at will.
Yeah. It's
My
like, how can you not have seen that?
Right, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, pretty big and floating in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
But then
I guess whoever's supposed to see it will see it.
I had a weird experience on the top of Mount Shasta, and I'm with two other people, also very spiritually minded people, and I mean, the normal conclusion is maybe it was so high up that I was having, a hallucination or something because of the air
Altitude.
quality, altitude,
Oxygen
right?
deprivation, yeah.
But I looked up in the sky and I literally saw like an iridescent rectangle carved like in the sky. It looked like a portal.
Yeah.
And I looked up, I'm like, oh my God, you guys look at that. That's incredible. I took my camera out, I took a picture. I was convinced I was seeing this thing. And my two friends were like, I don't see anything. We're like, what? Which made me feel like, oh, I'm losing it. What's going on?
I remember one time I was driving in the car with my son and his friend, and we were coming back we went to the medieval fair and wherever that used to be or is held in Florida. And Braxton's driving and I'm in the passenger seat, and I'm looking at, I'm a sky, if I can, I'm looking at the sky, right? Looking for whatever. And I saw this gray line that went across the sky a pretty long distance, and flying in the middle of that gray line was an airplane. And I'm watching this thing and I'm going, that's the weird, what's that gray line? And the airplane is flying right in the middle of it. And I said to Bryson and Zachary, I said, look at the thing look at the thing in the sky or whatever. And then so we all saw it. And then the plane just disappeared. Like it was gone. It just vanished. It was so weird.
I have I've seen, again, on YouTube, I've seen videos and read articles about how they can have their craft appear as anything,
Mm,
like a helicopter or an airplane, and it's really not a helicopter or an airplane. It's really a craft from somewhere else.
yeah.
Why they would do that, I have no idea. Maybe to
Yeah.
make it comfortable for us to see them. But hey,
That's the only thing I can think of.
you
Yeah.
have a craft, I want to see your craft. If you don't
I
have a
want to
craft,
see
go
it.
home, you know?
Well, we'd also be the first to shoot it down too. Like,
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. My friend and I, one of my friends and I went to Jenny Springs one summer to go to do some camping. And we always camped in the outback where there's no electric, no less people. And there was a space that was cut out, a big, huge circle that someone had cleared all the trees out of. And when it got dark, we took a blanket and a couple of chairs or whatever, and we walked over to this area and we laid it down, and then we laid on our back and we're watching the sky. Really clear sky, see lots of stars. And my friend has had ET experiences as well. And we were calling them in to see if they would come. And then we started watching. You could tell a plane from from a satellite, from a whatever. And so we were watching the little lights go by and we're going, nope, that's a plane, that's a plane, that's a plane, that's a whatever. And that's a shooting star. And then we were watching we were watching this one that was floating by or flying by, and then it went down behind the tree line. And we're watching it and we're going, that was weird. It kind of just, maybe it was just the way, it was flying. It looked like it was going straight down. And then all of a sudden it popped back up. And it did this like 4 or 5 times. It went down and then it popped back up like it was playing peekaboo with us, kind of.
Wow.
It was so cool. And then we must have laid there maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. And we saw several of these little UFO things that were just playing with us. And they would just go behind the tree line and then they would show back up. And oh my God, it was so cool.
That's
It was very
fun.
cool. Yeah. So yeah.
Do you
definitely
guys
like
see
to
the
get-
documentary? What was it, Tom? Arizona Lights? Oh, Phoenix Lights. The Phoenix Lights.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
The Phoenix Lights.
I still can't believe I missed that when I lived in Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, you were living there at the time?
Yeah,
What? And you missed it?
I missed it.
Wow.
I'm surprised nobody called you to tell you.
That was a big thing.
Yeah.
It was seen by like millions of people, right? I mean,
yeah.
it wasn't just did any of the armed forces claim it, or
Oh, they said that the lights were a series of flares.
Mm-hmm.
hmm,
Flares that I know of don't fly.
or hover? Yeah, exactly.
Fly. Flares go up and they come down, as far as I
Right.
know.
Right.
What about those, those light things you put a candle in a little tiny paper?
Oh yeah.
It goes
Oh, yeah,
up.
yeah.
I love when they try and blame it on that.
Yeah, yeah. Or what I like is either swamp gas or reflection off a bird's wing.
Right. Exactly.
That's
A bird's
reflection
wing?
off a bird's wing. That's a good. Yeah. Okay. I'm stupid. I'll believe that
I'll
one.
just take anything you said. Let's just do that.
Yeah. So what about you? You've had experiences.
Yeah. Gosh, when I was a kid, this is when it all started, it was right after my dad left. And a lot of times things like this happen after a traumatic experience. It kind of opens you up to these experiences somehow. And I was sitting in our family room, and we were living in Miami and had jalousie windows. If you don't know what jalousie windows are, you have to Google it. And I was watching the sky, I was looking out at the sky, and there was kind of a light maybe from the moon that was kind of on the tips of the trees. And so I was looking beyond the trees and I saw this light, and it looked like a circular light, and it went over the house. And I got up because I knew immediately that it was UFO. And I ran to across the room into my bedroom and was watching out the window, and it just went and then disappeared. We were not in the flight line of the Miami airport. There was no sound to it. And not long after that, I came into my room it was in, I don't know, I'd probably been out playing or something like that, and I didn't notice it when I left, but I came into the room, and right when I walked in, there were three, they looked like tiny nuggets, like fool's gold, only silver, but they were much smaller. It just like three small nuggets. And I thought, oh, the UFO people were here last night. Just automatic response. That's the first thing I thought of. And since then, I've had numerous dreams about being on a craft, and they were teaching me about energy and how they maneuvered their craft with energy and in their hands, and energy coming from their hands. Another time I had a dream where they were showing me how they used energy to move things. And it was kind of like Star Trekky when they dissolve and they get transported somewhere else.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that, they were showing me with a 2x4, and that all of a sudden it just was all that sparkly energy stuff, and they just moved the energy, which would automatically move the object if it were in our reality.
Hmm.
And then right after Tom and I got back together, and for people who don't know our story, we dated in the 70s and lost contact for 35 years. And I found him 17 and a half years ago. It'll be 18 years this July. And the first night that I went out to Arizona to see him, we were just lying in bed and we were on our backs and we were just looking, just not doing much. And all of a sudden there was this red, to me, it was different for him because I saw a red ball with kind of a yellow and then orange tail to it. And it went around the circumference of the room. It followed where the crown molding would be. There wasn't crown molding, but that's where it was. And it went around the room. It did not falter. So it was not a laser coming from outside because the blinds were closed. And it followed around the whole circumference of the room. And I said, "Did you see that?" And he said, "Yeah." And we both thought it was kind of weird, and we didn't say anything. I closed my eyes. He kept looking, and it happened again. So he saw it the second time. I had my eyes closed. And after that, we both jumped up, and he had a futon on a platform. And so we both stood up and we're standing on top of the futon. And then he jumped down on the floor and looked out of the blinds to see if anyone was out there with a laser or if he could see anything else. And the room was just so filled with this intense energy. And and for me, I could actually see the energy in the room because it looked like tempered glass when it's cracked before it breaks. so it had all these lines going through it, and the room was just filled with this energy. And it was just we just went crazy
Wow.
about that. And so we asked Abram about it, and it was just our ET friends checking in on us because it had been a long time, and it was in our design that we got back together again and would move forward to have this kind of life. And so they were checking in on us. And Abram said that it was a probe. And I said, well, was it a manned probe? And he said it was. And so that's been it was my biggest experience
Wow.
with
They couldn't have
ETs.
landed. The guy couldn't have got out and said, "Hey, how you doing?
know.
Hey, hi, what's up?
Come on in.
Let's have a cup of coffee and talk. Come on."
Yeah. And I've had a lot of dreams about not only being on crafts, but there were, speaking of airplanes disguising themselves as a UFO, I had a dream, and it was one of those dreams that was so clear and so strong where you're actually in it, like nothing else exists, like we are in this reality when we're so focused in on this reality. That's how this dream was. And there was this airplane that I saw. I was standing on the ground, and an airplane was going by, and very low altitude,
Hmm.
where a plane wouldn't be able to fly that low. And it was this bright, shiny silver plane. But in the dream, I knew it was a UFO.
Hmm.
But it was
Disguised.
disguised as an airplane. And if
Which
you
is what
think
we were
about
just
it, look
talking
how
about.
UFOs have, or UAPs now that they call them, how they've changed since the 50s when they used to
Mhm.
have the nuts and bolts around them. And so they kind of change, I think, as we progress in our knowledge and understanding of them. What do you guys think?
And that it's our perception that changes and not the actual
Yeah,
yeah. Well, sure, especially if they're able to project what they want to project.
right.
I've always felt the ones with that had nuts and bolts were was our military made.
That could very well be
Crap.
too. That
If
we
civilization is that advanced, why would they still be using nuts and bolts?
yeah.
Right.
You know?
And in the 50s, would we really have that kind of knowledge?
Yes.
Right out of
Oh yeah. Oh
World War
yeah.
Yes.
II?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. We've had that knowledge for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
that's
isn't
hard
there
to
like a
that's hard to
theory that
believe.
Because I'm thinking about the uh, Betty and Barney Hill
yes.
Yeah.
and their experience, and that's how they described it.
Mm-hmm. And so what I've heard, many people who've had experiences like that, the government, now this is just, I am not saying this is true. I'm just saying what I've heard. The government has, I don't know how to put it. They pretend, I guess, that they're doing abductions, and they take their spacecrafts, and they have they can be humanoid looking people that come and abduct you or whatever, but it's all like it's all military. And
Wow.
the reason that they do that is because they want to instill fear of the extraterrestrials.
Oh, sure.
And I'm not saying every single abduction is like that at all. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that some, they say that, they go aboard the craft and they see humans, and they even some humans in military uniforms, and and it's there. I think it's just to terrorize us, just to keep us from wanting to know more about these convincing us that the extraterrestrials are not good
Right,
people,
and evil. And
evil.
I've heard that, and I'm not saying that it's true or not,
Mm-hmm.
but I've also heard that they did that with the animal
Mutilations.
mutilations.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That
Yeah,
the
I remember
government was
those.
involved in quite a bit of that.
That wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you
But
want
this
me
one,
to do
go,
you, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do you want me to tell my first story, my first UFO story, ET story?
Is
I
that
don't
the
even know if Annalisa's heard it.
I don't think I have.
one when you went on the craft?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This was back in 1980. Let's see. Yeah, 1980, 1986. I was married and living in San Diego with 3 children. My youngest daughter was about 7 months old. And we were sleeping, and I woke up with this knowing that they are coming. And I was very excited because they were my family and I hadn't seen them in a long time. And they were coming and I needed to go outside. I got up out of bed. I went to my daughter's room, my 7-month-old, and took her out of her crib, put her on my hip. We walked out the front door. We walked to the curb, and I'm standing at the curb and I'm looking up at the sky, and I see what looks like northern lights, but it was like every color of the rainbow, just swirling just through the sky. It was just absolutely gorgeous. And that was their sign to me that they are here. And then the odd part, well, the whole thing's odd. the weird part
The weird
is,
part of this.
yeah, the weird part of that is I the it was like my next memory. I don't remember walking there or flying there or driving there or whatever, but we we were in a field, and it was an open field that surrounded by trees. It was dark outside, but there was a moon and I could see around us, and there were lots of people there, and everybody was in their pajamas. I was in my pajamas, and I distinctly remember an older couple who were standing next to each other, and they were in their pajamas as well, and they kind of looked like they were confused, or maybe like they were sleepwalking, or like I don't know, but everybody had like weird looks on their faces, almost like they were sleepwalking. It was weird. And then I looked off to in front of me, and I saw a spacecraft sitting there on the ground, and it was a traditional shaped spacecraft with a dome on the top. And then as soon as we saw it, everybody started walking toward the spacecraft. And when I started getting up closer, I could see that there was a being standing outside of like an open door. And it was a tall being. I knew it was female, had white hair, like white robes, and her arms were longer than ours, and her fingers were longer than ours. So she looked a little odd. She looked humanoid, but her arms and her fingers were a lot longer than ours. And as I'm walking closer to her, I start feeling this unconditional love. And the closer I got to her, the stronger it got. And it was to the point where it was almost overwhelming. And I got up to her, and I was feeling this beautiful, there's no words. There's no human words that can explain what the way it felt. It was just overpowering, unconditional love. She didn't say a word. I don't even remember seeing her move. And then we all started filing aboard the spacecraft, and we went in, and I'm looking around, and there's, I could see like the walls. It looked sterile, just really shiny walls and shiny floors, and it almost looked like like an operating room kind of. Wasn't an operating room, but I mean, just the walls and everything, it just looked sterile in there. And we started going down this really narrow hallway, and I remember when I was going down the hallway, I looked up, and I could see the stars. It's like I don't know, it was weird. It was like there was no ceiling. It was just, I could see stars. And we walked down this hallway, and then we came to a room on the right that had like an archway door. No, it wasn't able to close, but it was just an archway. And everybody started to walk in there. And when I got inside, it was a round room, completely round. And then at the bottom, it had like a bench seating that went around the whole room. And in the middle of the room, there was a really large quartz crystal. When I say really large, I mean, it was like really large. It was really large, and it was sitting on some kind of a platform or a pedestal or something. And when we came in, and this was not a large room. This was pretty small room, maybe a large bedroom size room. And we walked in, and we started walking around the crystal and around where the bench seating is. And then we found a place to sit, and I remember walking around this crystal and then sitting down and putting my daughter in my lap. And then I'm looking at the door, and I'm watching all the other people come in, and they all take a seat. And then all of a sudden I thought about my husband laying in bed, and I got really panicky. And I thought, if he wakes up and sees that we're gone, he's going to freak out. And hardly did I even get that thought out of my head when the being who was now standing at the doorway said to me telepathically, "Do not worry, he will be fine." And so the fear and the panic that I was feeling completely left my body, and I was okay. And I was like, yeah, let's do this, whatever this thing is. And then my next memory is being in my bed the next day. I've had multiple regressions to try to go back and remember, or more of the details of where we went and what we did, and the being that was there. And it was interesting that the next morning, first of all, when I woke up in my bed the next morning, I was just, I was remembering what had happened, and I was very confused. I didn't even know I wasn't even into UFOs and extraterrestrials and stuff. That was not my thing. I mean, yeah, I believe that there was possibly people living on other planets, but it wasn't like something I was obsessed with or anything. And I had so many different emotions. I was like, part of me was scared, part of me was excited, part of me was like, just all these different emotions. And when I was thinking back at this woman that was standing outside the spacecraft, I couldn't visualize her face. It was like it was blurred out. I could see her whole body, but for whatever reason, her face was blurred out. And in one of the regressions that I went through, he took me back, and I could see her. It was mostly her eyes. It was almost like when I was going back, it was almost like her and I were nose to nose, and I could see her eyes, and they were not shaped like ours. They were more round and a lot larger than our eyes. But the colors in her eyes was so beautiful. Like I could see, it was almost like looking at shards of glass. different colors of blues. It was just like crystals. And it was just the most beautiful thing. And in the middle of this regression, and I see her eyes pop up, and I see her eyes, and I'm looking into these beautiful eyes, and I just started crying. And the guy who was doing the regression, he thought I was like scared or something. I was having some kind of traumatic whatever. And he's trying to calm me down. It's okay. You're safe, blah, 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 blah. And I just remember saying, you don't understand. It's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. And then he's like, oh, okay, well, continue, and then he was able to walk me through more of seeing the inside of the spacecraft, and and what I was told, the information that I was given was they took me and my daughter aboard the ship. I don't know why I still to this day don't understand why my daughter went, why I took her, but they what they said was they jump started me. It was my time to wake up spiritually. And so they jump started me. And it was a couple of days after that happened where I had a major spiritual awakening. And it was very intense and very, very, very kind of scary. I mean, I thought I was losing my mind. And after that happened, then I started having out of body experiences. And then I was being able to see things that happened before they happened. And all of this really interesting stuff started happening to me. So, yeah, I mean, that was basically my first encounter with the ETs that I'm currently in contact with.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's like, oh, well, that was my first, that was major. It's not like just seeing something dart across the sky.
Well,
Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, should we invite Abram in at this
Sure.
point?
Absolutely.
Okay, give me a minute. See you when it's all done. Hello, my friends.
Hi, Abram.
Hi, Abram.
Hello.
So, how are all of you feeling?
Wonderful.
Good.
Great.
How would you like to begin?
Well, we're talking about ETs today, so I'll start off with a question.
All right.
Is there something about extraterrestrials that most people get completely wrong?
Yes. Extraterrestrial beings are going to save humanity.
Mm.
No, not at all. They have better things to do with their time. But where they are, there is no time. There is only experience. What they have been doing is simply guiding the consciousness of people into understanding people themselves in a more complete way. Because when you understand yourself in a more complete way, you begin to figure out who, what, and why you are all about. That in itself brings about spiritual awakening. People are talking about, well, my awakening, his awakening, her awakening, their awakening, my dog's awakening, ants are awakening, birds are awakening, everything is awake. Awakening happens when you look within and find out who you really are, what you are about, and why you are. And those ETs, as you call them, extraterrestrial beings, are simply guiding human consciousness into that area. This is all they are doing. It is not up to them. It is up to you people as to what you are going to do with your reality and how you are going to awaken to yourself. Because when you awaken to yourself. Because Everything is all about you because you create it all. Period. Thank you.
Do ETs sometimes play the role of a guide for someone? And
Yes,
can
yes,
they help activate dormant abilities in a person?
they can, but
Mhm.
it is always up to the individual himself or herself as to whether or not they want to be activated. Now, many people are saying, yes, come to the earth, activate me. I'm ready to be activated. I activate my third eye, activate my chakra points, activate my DNA, have everything come alive within me. Stop it. It's not going to happen that way. At times, ETs will guide people because the people themselves are of the same place in the universes that the ETs exist. There are no people from your planet Earth. None. No one. Everyone has their origin elsewhere in the universe or in other universes as well. Your origin is not from your planet Earth. You are on your planet Earth for a while. It has been designed to be a playground for people, not a prison, not a place to learn lessons, because that implies school and you might fail in school and all the rest. Everything is a game, a good game, a positive game. This is why all of you people are on your planet Earth at this point in time, to play the game, to design the game the way you need to experience the game. And when you play the game, no matter what game you might be playing, you win the game. ETs can guide you, but it is always up to you. They can, yes, cause awakening, cause DNA activation to a slight degree, which they have done in the past many thousands of years ago, but it is always up to the individual because they, the ETs, they understand that you people are in charge. Let me put it that way. They are not in charge. You are in charge. And they do what you need them to do for you. Thank you.
Would you say that when someone gains more self-awareness, that could be considered an awakening of sorts?
Absolutely.
Okay.
When you are more aware of yourself, you have looked at yourself from many angles. You define yourself in many different ways. And all of those definitions bring you to a point of understanding more of who, what, and why you are. Now, all of you, you know who you are. You have names, and that will suffice. Not really, but all right, it will suffice. What are you? You think you know that by now also. You are a creative being, a creative force and source of energy. This is what you really are. You are not a physical human being. You are energy, pretending to be a physical human being. Now, the big question, the hard one, why are you? Think about that, all of you, my friends. Think about why you are. You might want to think about why you are in this way. You are to cause the absolute best, and best is not a judgment word, reality that you can cause by designing it in many different ways and have it become the exact outcome that you need to experience while you are alive as a physical human being. You need basically, and the bottom line is, you need to experience your experience. This is what you are all about. This is what awakening is all about. This is what activation is all about. Experiencing your experience. You are an idea. All of you people, all over your planet Earth, you are an idea. Understand yourselves in that way. Then you can entertain all of the thousands of possibilities that you can use to design your reality. not create it, but design it. And when you have designed it, then it will act in ways that will allow you to experience your experience. You will become your reality, and your reality will become you. And maybe people are going to say, well, I know I am my reality. I know that. You don't have to tell me that. Well, you think you know everything? No,
Hmm.
I don't know everything. But you don't know that really what reality is and really what you are, because you are too focused on and in being a physical human being with your likes and dislikes, your successes, your failures, and all the rest. If you choose to begin thinking of yourself in energetic ways a bit more, then you will understand the idea that you are and the idea of experience. Thank you.
Are there differences? Well, that's a stupid question. There are differences, but the ETs that most people are familiar with are the Greys, the Nordics, reptilians, and the mantis beings.
Yes.
What other ones besides those are interested in our development?
Arcturians,
Hmm.
very interested.
What do
Say,
they look like?
Pleiadians, Pleiadians, very interested. Most of those civilizations, not all of them, most of them, had somewhat of a hand in designing human DNA at some point, or should I say, at various points in time, as you know time to exist, but there is no time. And when you can understand there is no time, then you can understand that you are those thousands of possibilities. And you can act out in all the ways of all of those possibilities. People want to become something. People want to become a certain way, a certain being. I want to become this. Well, begin acting out like you are that now. Don't want to become it, because you will not become it because you want it. You will always want it. Act out as if you are it now. You are that way now. Thank you.
what are the different ways that extraterrestrials will communicate with people?
Telepathically.
Is that the main way?
Yes. You people are at a point in your evolution when you still are able to use your mouths and mouth words. And words are just letters put together to make a sound. So all you do, you don't speak words, you just speak sounds. All of your words are just sounds. What gives words their identity is your intention of how you use them and the tone of your voice. You all know this by now. ETs don't move lips. They don't speak words. They can make sounds, yes, but mostly telepathically. This is how they communicate with you people. And in the future, you will also be able to communicate telepathically with them and with each other as well. In the future, way off in the future, way off in the future. Thank you.
And when you say way off, are you talking
I
thousands
mean,
of years?
way off. Thank you.
Well, at least I know there's a future now.
There is a future. Yes, there is also a past. But understand one thing, they all exist right now.
Right now, yeah.
Really, is there a future? Is there really a way off in the future? Or could it be right now, hiding on you, because you have not allowed it to become alive in your present framework of reality?
Hmm.
So are the ETs that we see now and know about now, are they our future selves?
Some of them, yes. Some of them, not all of them, some of them.
Okay.
You will become the Greys.
Is it possible there's a Stephen Greer came up with close encounters of the fifth kind, and that is how people can contact the ETs instead of waiting for them to contact us. Is that possible?
Yes.
Hmm.
Also, begin using your dream. If you want to communicate, if you want to meet, if you want to be with alien beings, use your dream state. Suggest to yourself as you prepare for sleep that you will meet up with whatever alien being or beings you want to meet up with. Practice that. The P word, practice. You practice everything in life, so practice dreaming. Create those pretend practice dreams. Communication usually begins in the dream state with ETs because it is a safe place for you to meet with them. If you were to walk out of your door right in front of an extraterrestrial being, no matter if it is an ant being, a mantis being, or a Nordic, tall white, small white, orange, red person, you would hesitate. Whoa, hey, what is this all about? Get out of here. In your dreams, you are calm, you are relaxed. You invite them in your dream. So practice dreaming about alien beings. Practice having a desire to meet with them. Usually does begin in the dream state. Thank you.
This is my last question before
And
I
this will
hand
be
it
my
off
last
to
answer.
with me. I'm sure we have plenty more questions. No, I forgot my question. Oh, full disclosure. There's a big thing about, oh, full disclosure is going to happen in 2026. Now it's 2027. Now it's 2030. Yada, yada, yada. So everyone is still expecting that there's going to be full disclosure, that the government is going to come out and say, oh, yes, everybody's been correct. And we don't think the government will, or I don't think the government
No,
will.
they will not. Number one, they will not. No, they will not. Number two, I predict that your sun is going to burn out in 2029. No, 2031. No, 2048 and a half. No, 3017 and 1/4. People make predictions. Most of those people know not what they are talking about. They are imagining things, which is good to a degree because your imagination does help design your reality.
Mhm.
But if you are going to imagine something that has some sense of realism about it. But really, what is real? Nothing is real. But you create real and realism. Your government is not going to, don't even wait. Let me put it that way. Let me put it that way. Don't wait, because you will be waiting. You will have long beards and everything else. Don't wait. Not going to happen. Those who predict full disclosure, most of them, not all of them, most of them are guessing. Thank you.
Terry?
Hi, Abram.
Hello, my friend. How are you feeling?
I am feeling wonderful.
Keep it that way.
I am. I intend to. So
Good, because I will be watching you.
oh, that's
Just
scary.
playing with you. Just playing with you.
The UFO that I saw outside of the airplane, was that my family? What was that? And was it manned?
Yes and yes,
And why did they show up?
because being your family, you keep tabs on your children, do you not?
Yes.
Well,
So they were keeping tabs on me.
absolutely. They always do. They
So
keep
did they?
tabs on you. They keep tabs on Tom and Susanna. They keep tabs on Annalisa, although she does not really know it, but don't tell her I said so.
Okay, I won't. Did they show up just for my eyes, or could other people have seen that craft outside?
Just for yours,
Oh.
because you are a member of their family.
Mhm.
No one, let me put it this way, no one else matters to them right now. Just you do.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. I have a question. David Icke. David Icke talks about shape shifting beings that
Yes.
can take over a person's body or even take the place of someone.
No.
Okay, so they take over their body?
Shape-shifting beings shift their appearance so that they can appear in a comfortable way to human beings. No one, nothing can or will ever take over a human being's body.
Hmm.
There are those channels, people who call themselves channels, who say, well, my source that I channel steps right into my being, right into my body, and takes over. And I say, think about what you are saying. Is there really room in your frail physical shell for two sources of energy? If there was, you would burn. You would catch on fire and burn.
Hmm.
I do not step into Tom's body. I don't want to. He has a nice body, but not for me. I don't want to step into it. I create a merging between our consciousnesses. Shapeshifters will shift their shape to become something comfortable for people. They cannot, will not ever take over anyone's body, mind, or soul, or anything.
So the consensus is that these shape shifting beings are malevolent. And
Excuse me for interrupting you. Thank you. I
You're
love
welcome.
you. There are beings and civilizations benevolent. There are beings and civilizations malevolent. There are beings and civilizations above you people. There are beings and civilizations below you people, evolution wise. All types of ETs in all universes that can be imagined. All types. Go ahead.
What I was going to say, I forgot what I was going to say.
Think about it.
So what he also talks about is the reptilians and how they control the government. Is that true?
There are especially two types of alien beings working with your government at this point in time, always have been.
Mm-hmm.
Reptilians, not really. Not really. Other races, two other races of beings. And what they are trying to do is to help your government. And this might sound crazy because it has not happened yet. Have your government become pure and have compassion. And they are trying to have your government be of service, positive service to people. Take care of people. You are the government. Take care of your people. This is what they're trying to do.
So is part of that process to break down the current government and building one?
In a sense. But they understand no matter what they try to do for your government and your people, they understand they cannot interfere with what you people are doing. Because you people have to do what you have been and are doing as a part of your evolutionary path.
Mhm.
You take the good with the bad, you take the bad with the good. Old sayings, but they are true sayings. And what is important is if you take the bad with the good, what is it that you are going to do with the bad? What are you going to do with the good? What are you going to do with all of it? Think about your life. What are you going to do with it? Think about your abilities, all of you, all of you, my friends. Think about your abilities. What are you going to do with them? Think about your shortcomings. All of those nasty patterns that repeat themselves over and over and keep you from really being yourself. What are you going to do with them? I have a secret for you. There's one word. It begins with the letter C. We can spell also. The word is change.
Mhm.
Let things change. Too many times when you try to change something, and this applies for those ETs trying to help your government, when you try to change something, you will not be able to change it because you're trying to change it. Trying leaves room for failure. But when you let change take place, you step out of the way of yourself and you let your inner wisdom, inner power that you have take over in a gentle way and cause the change to take place. So it is all about letting things change, letting your life be the way you desire it to be. Let it be that way. It will work for you. And don't try to figure things out in life. It will drive you crazy. Some things you just cannot figure out because some things just have no meaning. Let things be. You might find a bit more inner peace. What else, my friend?
Let's see. The Three-Eye Atlas, that comet or whatever, that interstellar comet that went by. What is that? Some people say it is a UFO. Some people say it's just a comet, a rock. What is it really?
And now some people are saying that it has and it is going to really, really, as you say, jumpstart evolution for people. Three-Eye Atlas was a blessing for mankind. Mankind has so much to learn from Three-Eye Atlas. We are all going to evolve much more quickly. Our third eye has been activated by Three-Eye Atlas. Our DNA has been completely resigned. Stop it.
So it's just a rock?
Probably just a rock. Let me put it this way. Probably just a rock floating through, floating by. Let me put
Space
it that way.
junk.
Damn.
Anything else, my friends?
I have a question about what I saw when I was a child.
All right.
There were a string of lights, and they were all different colors, and I was fascinated by it enough to sit there and think, okay, is that a plane? Is that a projection? Is that the blimp? Because when I was a kid, the blimp would fly over with lots of colors. And as I'm sitting there looking at it, the the lights unbanded from the string just went out in all different directions. And I had no idea. I knew it was obviously some kind of visit, as you say, they are looking at me as well. Um, but that was the only time I've ever seen anything like that.
This is why I brought up dreams. If you would like to have more encounters, use your dream state.
Right.
Many times, what you call a UFO, a craft, a ship, call it what you want, will appear as 1, then suddenly will appear as 3, then suddenly 5 and 7 and 11, and all fly off in different directions or all come together again. You people have not yet imagined what they can do. You have not yet imagined what those ETs are able to do, but you will. You need to understand your origins from elsewhere also. You also have an ET family. And when you see things kind of like that, understand they are looking after you. They're checking in with you. They might not talk to you, but they can take all of the information from you that they want to, because they merge their consciousness with yours. And many times you will not even be aware of what is going on. You will feel nothing. You will experience nothing. But at times you might. Thank you. Anything
Thank
else,
you.
my friend?
Thank you.
If we get to the point of nuclear war, or
We will step in. They will step in.
Thank you.
what origin is Annalisa?
Oh, yeah.
If I told you Orion, what would you think?
A belt. The star belt in the sky.
The star belt, the belt of Orion.
Right.
This is your origin, Orion. You are of Orion.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Can people have
Now,
multiple origins?
absolutely.
Oh. I felt a Pleiadian connection at one time when I was looking into things.
At one time when you were looking into things, you thought that.
Yes, but I didn't dive deep enough to look into if I was part of that.
Dive into it.
Okay.
See what you find out.
I'll be diving.
Good. Have a happy dive.
And my origin,
What do you think?
Pleiadian.
Why did you ask me?
I just wanted to see what you thought.
What I think does not matter. What you know matters. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Pleiades, absolutely, yes. Anything else, my friends?
I'm good.
Why does the government, especially our government, want to keep people in fear of ETs and UFOs, UAPs?
There is a possibility of an alien attack. Planned, alien, false alien attack. For the purpose of having total control of people. This is what your government wants. Total, absolute control of people. And they will use confusion and fear and everything else they can imagine to have that control. This is why I keep telling people, really think about exactly how you would like your reality to be. Begin designing it or redesign it that way and let it be that way. You people do not have to be under the thumb of your government. You people have the power, and especially the power to run your own life, think for yourselves, design, redesign, create, recreate your reality in any way you would like it to be or desire it to be. Use that power. Don't shelve it. Use it. Don't ignore it. It is talking to you. It wants to be used. Use that power because you are that power. And reality is your right, and your life is your right. Let it be that way. Anything else, my friends?
I don't think I have anything else.
I don't
Good.
think so. I'm still going to be thinking about things a lot.
You are good. You have nothing. You are thinking, I am good. Everything is good. Everyone is good. The
We
universe
are
is
all
good.
good.
So I want to thank all of you. I've enjoyed being with you. This has been fun for me, my friends. I love all of you. Enjoy your day. Redesign, if you want to, your reality. Think about how you would really like it to be, and let it be that way. Thank you, my friends.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Abram.
Thank you.
How'd it go?
Hey,
Good.
I have lots of research to do, apparently.
A lot of dreaming to do too.
A lot of dreaming
Oh,
to
yeah.
do.
Okay.
I'm finding my origin.
Oh,
That was a lot of information.
That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
good.
He doesn't remember anything, so
I don't.
I
Right.
love that. I love that.
we have to fill him in.
Always filling him in afterward. Grandpa, this is what happened. Put down the iPad.
Oh, wow. Crazy world we live in.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm appreciative if the help actually comes before we do something really stupid.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think they're not going to let us nuke ourselves or nuke anybody.
No. The way
I
they've
hope not.
shown how they can turn the power off on the
Yeah.
military bases and
Mm-hmm.
Malmstrom Air Force Base.
yeah,
Maelstrom, yeah.
Shut down all the nukes.
Push that button off.
Good for them.
yeah.
Yep.
So no full disclosure. We have to do it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a long time. The
Mhm.
government is not going to be the one to disclose. We
No.
have to do this
No.
disclosing.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many other countries that are so far ahead of us in every way that are so much
Yeah.
more sophisticated than we are.
Mm-hmm.
We are so far behind the times in
Well,
everything.
I remember even way back in 2007, 2008, where my friends in Australia were already using FaceTime like uh apps to video each other.
Hmm.
Now it's second nature for us to do that. Back then it was brand new and America didn't have it yet. And in my mind I'm like, I thought we were the first to get stuff like that. But it was like a full year before we got that.
Yeah.
So there's definitely the whole idea of our government having things before we do technologically. Absolutely. We're probably like 30 years behind what they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been lied to when we've been told we are the greatest nation on the planet.
We're number
We
one.
are the best. We're number one. We have the biggest everything.
I've always hated that little rally cry that we apparently do with other countries. You go to Europe and they're back in 86, they were laughing at us. They're like, oh, you're so cute. That's sweet.
Yeah. Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Bless your hearts. Bless your little hearts. Yeah.
Pat
Everybody.
on the head. Bless your
I know the
Yes,
whole world's
aw.
laughing at us
You're
now.
so cute. Yeah. Travel. That's my advice for anyone. Travel outside the country because it's a whole
yeah.
different gig.
It is.
It's a different world out there.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep. I would much rather live in another country than this one. And if I could, I would. If I had the means to do it, I would. Because it's
I've often thought of that.
a whole different world out there. I mean, all countries have their problems, right?
Of course.
Yeah, but I
But
don't know,
we are
something
so
different.
behind when it comes to, because I mean, I'm going to say this and it's going to ruffle feathers. Because of capitalism, we think we're the greatest country.
Mm-hmm.
If you see anything that looks like socialism, you hate it. apparently in this country. Although we do have things that would be
Well, we've
considered
been taught
socialized.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been taught that.
We've
Yeah.
been taught that.
Yeah. If you're a socialist, you're a communist.
Yeah.
And there's different kinds of socialism.
Exactly. There's more than one, definition of what, or, break off of what we could do with that.
But
Yeah,
but that's
the
all
ideologies aren't
part
the
of the
problem.
that's all part of the brainwashing and the propaganda
Uh-huh.
that we have experienced for decades. And you keep repeating the same thing over and over again. Everybody believes it, right? We're all being duped.
Yep.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, when you stop watching the news, listening to it, and I'm talking about the podcasters, everyone else, just stop, stop, and go read or get Audible and listen to books while you drive. Stay away from it all. Get off of social media. If you do this for a month, you will be so surprised at how much you change and how at more peace you can feel.
Oh, that's so true. So true. I also noticed that the media and let's just, for the specific example, the media for the longest time, past few years, have wanted everyone to believe that San Francisco has become this horrible place. It used to be great, and now it's this absolutely horrible Skid Row kind of place. And I've lived here my whole life. And things change, yeah, but I'm not seeing what they're seeing. I talk to other people, they're not seeing it. If you live in certain neighborhoods that have always been kind of Skid Rowy, then yeah, that's still the same. But I'm not seeing what the media says is this horribleness that's happening in San Francisco. Now, that's just a small, example of what I'm trying to say. The media has an agenda to make you feel or think a certain way,
Well, look
no
who
matter
owns
what
most of the
media.
media.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, I've always been a firm believer that the media controls how we think, how we feel. Um,
And the
Yep.
government controls the
Everything.
media.
and the
Yep.
government controls the media.
And that's my fear with AI. I mean, the TV has been this box in our houses that has kind of brainwashed us, kind of, tried to get us to think a certain narrative and only one narrative. AI is going to be 100 times of that, 100 million times of that, if we don't
I
do
don't
something to
like,
regulate it.
I don't like, and I don't use AI at all.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
It's great for certain things. I have no problem with certain things, but when it starts taking jobs,
Yeah.
Or
I don't
writing
know.
music and putting music up as
Yeah.
That
and
blows me away that people are using that and then calling themselves a composer.
Mhm.
That
yeah,
blows me away.
yeah. And the Copyright Office and the courts have decided now that AI written music cannot be copyrighted.
Good. Use it.
So
I
nobody
mean,
can
people
make
can
money
take it
off
and
it.
use it.
If you can't
I
copyright it, you can't monetize it. You can't make money
thank
off
you.
it.
That's good.
That is perfect. I'm
Yeah.
glad that they've done something.
I
Yeah.
like AI for
Fine.
editing, checking my
Yeah.
spelling, checking
It's
sentence
absolutely
structure,
helpful.
grammar, things like that.
But what
But
I've seen for it to be used with misinformation, with advertising,
yeah,
and the way you have to decipher, did that really happen or is that AI? Look at the fingers, look at the eye. I mean,
Oh, it's getting bad.
oh,
It's
it's
getting
getting
so
really
bad.
bad, and
bad.
they're getting very good at the videos.
Yes,
It's I don't believe anything that I see anymore,
exactly. And obviously that's
and
the
they want you
point.
to do that.
Yeah, that's the point. To, kind of not to question it, but to go, I don't believe that.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not even questioning anymore. It's like, that's AI. And that makes me nervous.
Yeah, it's very scary because if people believe these crazy videos that people are putting out there,
Mm-hmm.
what I mean, it could be really bad.
And I've seen them on both sides of the political fence, whether it's so and so said this, so and so did this, and they've both been AI and they've both been ridiculous, inflammatory things. And it's like, stop it.
I mean,
You
it could
don't
lead us
need the
into a civil war.
propaganda. It absolutely could.
Yeah. I hate to say that we live in scary times, but we live in scary times. We just do.
The 70s were scary. The 60s were scary. I mean,
This is a whole different level of scary, though.
The
it's
60s were scary in a good way.
well, yeah. I mean, it pushed the envelope in so many ways.
Yeah,
The war was not great,
No.
but
no, no. And there were so many, there was a lot of violence,
yeah,
in the 70s.
civil unrest. Yeah.
And a lot of changes. And so in the framework of the 70s, that was scary times.
Mm-hmm.
In our framework, looking back at it, it may not seem that scary as compared to the kind of crap that's going on now.
Right.
Mhm.
So within each framework of experience and decades, it has its own framework. This is just in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And that has its own framework. The 70s were so, there was change everywhere. I mean, all over the spectrum, everything
Right.
was changing because we were getting out of puritanical views and the ways that we looked at sex and looked at each other. And, our generation was just, sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Right.
But a lot of it was based on change your consciousness, raise your consciousness, and get away from all of these old stale ideas and let's move forward. And then you have people that then bought into the system and have kept that system going
Right.
and
Right.
perpetuated everything that's going on right now instead of sticking to their guns and creating real change. And don't get me wrong, there was a lot of real change, but it's like we take 3 steps forward and 2 steps back.
2 steps back. Yeah.
And
It's
you
what we're
have
comfortable with.
you have people that don't want change. You have the government that doesn't want change. They want their kind of change.
Mhm.
And they
Which is all
assassinated the
fear-based.
people that were important
Exactly.
and who would create change, positive change for humanity. And what do? They kill them all.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Can we visit other places? I want to travel in my dreams now.
wanna
In
be
fact, I
on
think
this
I do.
planet.
I think I would spend every opportunity in my dreams going other places.
Oh
I
my
love to dream.
gosh.
Me too. My dreams are
Uh,
fun.
Oh my, yeah, when I was younger, my dreams were like movies.
Me
And I
too.
and I could pick up a dream the next night where I left off the night before. It was
Yep.
Yeah.
and the colors and
Yep.
everything was just, it was like I was living in a whole different world and I loved it.
I thought everybody dreamed like that, and then I
Yeah.
find out they don't.
Yeah.
That was when I was a kid, I was I was, lots of trauma. And the dream state was my escape from all
Mhm.
of that. And that's where I wanted to live, in my dreams.
I remember a dream I had that continued for 3 nights in a row. I just picked it
That-
up.
Isn't that cool? I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, I don't get recurring dreams, but I definitely get that kind of dream.
Mm. Yeah, I get recurring dreams too, especially the ones where you get in an elevator and the elevator falls.
Oh no. No, I don't like that dream.
I hate those dreams.
And I don't get nightmares that much. I really haven't had nightmares in years. I have adventures. I mean, there's definitely like heart palpitation kind of moments, but it's never me waking up completely, fearful or in distress or anything.
Yeah, I've had some pretty bad nightmares before.
Have you?
Oh my God, yeah. A head a severed head on the kitchen counter.
Ew.
And then it moved to the toilet, and then
Okay.
oh yeah,
Moving head.
oh yeah, just dreams like that. Oh,
No, no, thankfully I
Was it a
don't have
talking
those.
head too?
it wasn't talking, but
That sounds like a movie I
but it
saw.
was
Sounds
definitely
like a
dead.
group.
The
Talking
Talking
heads.
Heads. It's a great group.
Oh, do you have anything to add, Tom?
No, I don't remember a lot of my dreams. My dreams are very short and to the point.
Logic, just logic.
One dream, yeah, there was one dream, if you want to call it that. There was one dream that I had that was continued the next night. And when I started dreaming of it, a flashing neon light was going continued, 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 continued. And then the dream picked up where it left off the night before and
Oh,
finished.
that's cool.
That's cool.
Hmm.
Do you guys have dreams where you're in different time periods? Even a different gender? Yeah.
No, not that. I haven't had that one.
I've had one or two where I've been a different gender, and it feels like I'm still me, realizing that I'm in a different gender body.
Mm.
It's weird.
I wonder if you were dreaming about a past life.
That's what I think I was. I mean, I don't have past life recollection. Like right now, I couldn't tell you anything about a past life, but I think it happens in my dreams. I've had several like that.
Huh.
All right. You ready to wrap it up?
We are.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us. We will see you next time. We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll see you again.
Bye.